Have you ever started crying and wondered, why am I like this? Maybe it happens during an argument, while watching a movie, or when someone raises their voice just a little. And almost immediately, the shame kicks in. You tell yourself you're weak, dramatic, or too sensitive. But what if crying easily isn't a flaw at all? What if it's your nervous system speaking a language you were never taught to understand? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may see your tears in a completely different way. Before we go deeper, if you enjoy content that explains emotions and human behavior in a gentle, honest way, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Pattrens. This channel exists to help you understand yourself, instead of judging yourself, and your support truly helps this message reach more people. People who cry easily are often labeled as emotionally weak, but psychology tells a very different story. Crying is not a sign that someone can handle life. It's a sign that their emotional system is highly responsive. Their brain processes emotional information deeply and quickly. When feelings rise, they rise fast, and tears become the body's natural release valve. For many emotionally sensitive people, crying isn't just about sadness. They cry when they feel overwhelmed, misunderstood, frustrated, relieved, or even deeply moved. Their emotions don't stay trapped inside. They move through the body, and tears are part of that movement. This is not dysfunction. It's regulation. One major reason some people cry easily is a highly sensitive nervous system. These individuals pick up on tone, facial expressions, energy shifts, and unspoken tension. Their brain is constantly processing more information than others notice. Over time, that mental and emotional load needs an outlet. Crying helps the body release that buildup before it turns into numbness or burnout. Another important factor is emotional honesty. People who cry easily are often more in touch with what they feel. They don't suppress emotions as much, either because they never learned to, or because their bodies simply won't allow it. While others push feelings down to appear strong, sensitive people experience them fully in real time. That immediacy can look like fragility from the outside, but it's actually emotional openness. Many people who cry easily also grew up in environments where emotions were unsafe, ignored, or overwhelming. If you weren't allowed to express feelings as a child, your nervous system may have learned to release emotions quickly, whenever it senses threat or pressure. Crying becomes a protective response, not a weakness. It's your body saying, I need relief right now. It's also important to understand that crying is biologically calming. Tears release stress hormones and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps the body relax. For emotionally sensitive people, crying is often the fastest way to return to balance. After crying, they may feel clearer, calmer, and more grounded, while others might need distraction or isolation to reach the same state. At Pattrens, we often talk about how society confuses emotional control with emotional health. Not crying doesn't mean someone is stronger. It often means they've learned to disconnect from their feelings. Crying easily doesn't mean someone is unstable. It often means they are still connected. Another reason emotionally sensitive people cry easily is empathy. They feel other people's pain as if it were their own. Sad stories, conflict, or even someone else crying can trigger tears. Their mirror neurons are highly active, making emotional experiences feel personal even when they aren't. This can be exhausting, but it's also what makes them deeply compassionate and understanding. Many people who cry easily are also perfectionists or they feel disappointment intensely, especially when they think they've let someone down. Tears show up when expectations collide with reality, not because they can't cope, but because they care deeply about doing things right and being understood. The real damage doesn't come from crying. It comes from being shamed for it. When someone is told repeatedly that they're too sensitive, they start to believe something is wrong with them. They may try to suppress tears, which often leads to anxiety, emotional numbness, or sudden emotional explosions later on. Learning to understand emotional sensitivity changes everything. Instead of asking, why do I cry so easily? The better question becomes, what is my body responding to right now? That shift replaces self-judgment with curiosity. And curiosity is healing. Emotionally sensitive people don't need to become less sensitive. They need to become more supported. This includes learning boundaries, emotional regulation skills, and self-compassion. Sensitivity without tools feels overwhelming. Sensitivity with understanding becomes strength. As this video comes closer to the end, I want you to hear this clearly. Crying easily does not mean you are weak broken, or immature. It means your emotional system is alive, responsive, and honest. In a world that often rewards numbness, that takes courage. If this video resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Have you been told you're too sensitive? Or did this help you see your emotions differently? And if you know someone who struggles with feeling ashamed of their tears, share this video with them. Sometimes, feeling understood is more powerful than any advice.